Cup. Brought to you by the Nickel Plate. Sit, sip, savor, and shop. Good morning.
Good morning,
Hi.
Cuppies. How are you guys?
It's so nice to have you, Taylor.
I got to text my family and tell them I'm on second.
Oh, yeah, text them real quick because we want them to watch.
Got to get up in here with the Cuppies.
And your aunt, right? Will she watch?
Diane will be here.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, they'll come hang out. Ed's off today, so I get to hang.
Excuse us for a second while we text Taylor's family.
We got to
do that.
Get in here.
My mom is probably here or joining shortly. She likes to join in the mornings. Good morning, Kelly. Good morning, Linda. How are you? From Brant, of course. Glad to have everybody with us this morning. Here's what we're going to talk about. A couple different things. First off, Thanksgiving. Have you started planning yet? Do you have your plans? Do you know what you're cooking? And then if you do know what you're cooking, do you buy ahead? Do you have your turkey yet? Do you wait later?
If you have a turkey on October, whatever day it is, 29th, I commend you because I just started thinking about Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
My family's coming up and my mom last week was like, do you have dinner squared away? And I was like, for what? Like Thanksgiving next month? That's like next year at this point. I can't think about that just yet.
So that's coming up. Do you have those things? We're going to look at some of the different deals that some of the different stores have. Target, Walmart, Sam's Club, Aldi, they've all released different deals.
Bundle type things.
The local grocery stores, I would say, tend to do it this month because they kind of figure, like you're saying, people are starting to, stock up now.
Yeah, someone earlier at 5 said that next week is when the deals are going to start coming in. This week, do your planning. Next week, start doing your shopping. Which is these days you really got to get ahead of it, see what kind of deals you can get so you can save money and all that kind of stuff.
So we're going to talk about that, and I'd love to know what your experience was like. How early are you buying these things, and when do you start your planning? Also, your favorite airplane seat. Obviously, it's a window seat, right?
It's got to be the window seat. There's no other option than the window
seat.
Minkowski
likes the aisle seat because he likes to stand up right away.
I feel like everyone's got a different airplane experience, but how you decide to do your airplane etiquette is up for debate these days. We were just talking about, so when the plane lands, first of all, do you clap? No.
No.
We're not clapping.
Not usually.
No. Unless
it was a super bumpy flight and you're like, oh. Then sometimes he will.
I'm not clapping. What is this? This is not a Disney ride. What are we clapping for? We're not doing that. And then when the plane lands, are you standing up?
No. I wait until it's my turn and then I stand.
Because there's an orderly way to go about things. There's one door.
Order, people.
One door. We all got to leave at that same door.
Yes.
You will get your turn to stand and do what you got to do and walk the way you got to go. So I prefer the aisle seat. The window seat for sure.
The window seat. So we're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about Thanksgiving a little bit too, because I see some people are already chiming in. Della says she's buying ahead, making a smaller meal, invited out.
Oh, Della's got a party to go to.
Peter says, sheesh, I feel like Thanksgiving's an oversight with Christmas decor out before Halloween.
I know a lot of people feel that way. My mom is a big Thanksgiving fan. Thanksgiving's her number one holiday.
Really?
Yeah, and she feels like it kind of gets overlooked a little bit.
Because between Halloween and Christmas.
People go big for Halloween, and then there's all the decorations, and then it's Thanksgiving's here. And
my mom and I were just talking yesterday about Halloween candy. She was asking me where's the best place to get it. And I was like, well, somebody didn't watch Price Tracker last week. She missed the one coupon at Tops. But Paul then went last night. He had to run to the grocery store and get a couple things. And I said, can you do me a favor? Just grab some Halloween candy because I wanted to send some to my friend's kids. He comes back with an absurd amount of candy. This is Paul. He got a big 70-piece bag. And then he got 3 bags of his favorite peanut butter cups.
No, thank you. Not for me.
They're okay. They're not my favorite either. They're good, not great.
I keep them in my desk because people in the newsroom like to eat candy, and I don't.
I can assure you that I'll be bringing some for your desk because we do not need 3 bags of peanut butter cups.
I try to keep candy, and I do it year round. But this is the toughest time to be the candy person in the office because it gets expensive. It's $17 and all that stuff. So if that's the cost of candy, can you imagine what Thanksgiving food is going to be?
I want to say he got that candy. I had him get bread. And he was getting something else. I can't remember. He had a really small shopping list, and then I added candy to it. And he spent $40.
Yeah.
Because of the candy.
The candy is so expensive.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
Oh, my goodness.
Parker Spitz says they're taking orders for turduckens. Gotta love it.
Oh.
Lorianne decorates outside for Thanksgiving, so she's really giving Thanksgiving its flowers here.
Okay. Very nice. Lori says she's going out for Thanksgiving. I like that. Cindy says no plans yet, but she's available.
Okay, cool. And then Lori says we're welcome to join her. She wants to go eat out. We can figure out Cuppy Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's
Cuppy
nice.
Giving.
Now I have a question too. Do people do ham for Thanksgiving?
I'm not a huge turkey fan. And I feel like a lot of people agree. Just a little dry, not my favorite thing. Don't really love gravy to like help it out a little. So I feel like people do ham, but ham's more expensive this year, right?
Ham prices were up, turkey prices were down.
Okay.
Turkey prices were down like 16% compared to last year. Ham was up about 5%. Now, my mom loves ham. My husband loves ham.
Love a ham.
Nobody else really does. I don't hate it. I don't dislike it. But, I could take it or leave it.
I think what's tough with Thanksgiving is you do have to please everyone, right? So if there's only a couple people that like ham, doesn't mean you're not going to get ham. You're going to make sure there's ham for them, but you got to make sure there's turkey for these people and the people who really like stuffing.
See,
and
we never do a ham at Thanksgiving. We always
Really?
just do a turkey. Yeah.
Ham is kind of a Christmas thing, I feel like.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I feel like I need to get everything. So my bill's so much longer because I'm like, well, my mom really likes this and my dad really likes that. My dad is going to want a pie, even though he's going to be the only one that eats it. I'm going to get the pie. He's going to want a soda, a diet soda. So we got to get that for him. I love cranberry sauce. Need to get extra for me.
Linda says they rotate who hosts Thanksgiving and it's not their turn this
Nice.
year.
Good year.
Oh, here, Mom. Anita's got a tip for you. She got candy at Big Lots, buy one, get one.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Didn't Big Lots close?
The Big Lots near me closed.
Yeah, that one.
I don't know if they're all closed around here. Anita,
That's
which one did you go to and
Yeah.
when did you go?
Let me know.
Because the one near me is closed/closing. Linda says we have turkey and homemade Polish sausage.
That sounds good.
Well, that sounds fantastic.
Mark says Thanksgiving pizza, which is a hot take. And are you putting Thanksgiving toppings on this pizza or is this a regular pizza just consumed on Thanksgiving?
Marguerite says ham is for Christmas. Parker's Pit says ham is for Easter.
Ham is for every holiday.
Can't pull that one up for some reason. Sorry, I don't know.
Peter says debate between canned or fresh cranberries or doesn't matter. I'm strictly canned.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either.
The more like jellied and like coming out of the thing is like,
yeah, that's not my favorite either way.
love that.
I would say also for Christmas, we always do beef. We never do a ham.
We do like a surf and turf kind of thing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Tell me more about what kind of surf and turf you have.
We do like lobster tails or whatever, and then just like a big thing of beef.
Yeah, like a
not my
tenderloin or like a prime rib or something.
You lost me.
Yeah, that's what my mom.
I don't do
likes
the
to
order. My dad,
my mom or the other family that we
Totally.
do with will like host, and we usually do like I would say usually a prime rib. I think is what people like to get for Christmas.
Yeah, something like that. There's some kind
Don't
of
do the ham.
meats going on.
So my poor mom and husband get no ham because we don't do it for Thanksgiving. We don't do it for Christmas. No ham for you guys.
my sister showed up. She said my sister knows we must have sweet potatoes. That's a big deal. Yeah,
Oh,
we do that for Thanksgiving. Sometimes Christmas too, but we always gotta figure that out.
And what do? We put them like on top, like the marshmallows? Like are they like
No.
the sweet
We're
potatoes?
not doing the marshmallows.
No.
We're making this brown sugar and stuff, whatever,
Okay.
baking them.
Okay.
They're nice and sweet, but just keep them to the.
Okay,
to the
because
sweet
I've had
potatoes.
you had that kind with the marshmallows on the top, and they get a little.
I refuse.
Like,
It's very
they're really-
sacred to me. I only have it one way.
That's a dessert
Blech.
Thanksgiving.
Mm-mm-mm.
Hmm.
Not happening for me.
Very interesting. Okay, good. Cindy says they make a large turkey dinner with everything. Now, yeah, if Ed was over, Julie's bringing up the Jewish holidays. Or if Ed was here, he'd be telling us everything that they eat, which
Yeah.
is great.
Well, Julie says she's not ready yet. She's still super Halloween ready. I mean, we're still 2 days away. It's going to be like 70 degrees for Halloween. So this is a good year for Halloween lovers.
Listen to this one because Michael, I believe, is in Australia. Katie, Christmas Down
Ooh.
Under is in summer. So there's always prawns, seafood, and there's still a baked ham.
I want to read that in an Australian accent, but I'm not going to. I'm going to spare Michael on this
That
morning.
sounds great. Ooh.
But I forgot that their seasons are opposite ours.
Yes, sweet potato casserole with streusel topping. That sounds good, Lori.
That does sound pretty good.
Jeff says they smoke the prime rib. All right. Parker's
Guys, I'm
Fit says
hungry
prime
now.
rib is for New Year's Eve parties.
This all sounds good.
Well, so here's the thing. Let's talk about. So when we're talking about Thanksgiving and getting this stuff, are you guys buying each thing individually? I mean, you were talking about you've got to have your specific sides.
Yeah.
And you're obviously making specific things.
And
So
then you always forget something, right? So you make like the big grocery trip, and as much as you try to plan or figure something out, it's the day of, and you're like, oh my gosh, I gotta run.
you're going to
Dash's.
forget something. Yes. But so there's different packages at each place. So I want to pull up because I don't want to screw up the Thanksgiving. Okay. So Aldi has a Thanksgiving dinner bundle, $47, and they say it feeds 10.
That's a great deal. Was it $4 a person? Like, that's
Now,
crazy.
keep in mind though, like, actually Eileen did do a package talking about like the things that you get. And I think one of them was like a stuffing mix. Like a stuffing mix, like a box is not that expensive and you're going to get it in that meal. But Shannon and I were talking in the newsroom. Now I know you'd have to buy, if you're going to make your own stuffing, you'd have to buy all of the individual ingredients.
Mhm.
But I would say you probably make more with that, and it probably eventually becomes cheaper based on what, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I think in the grand scheme of it all, like doing it in a package.
if we're looking at
deal-
it like more unit size, right?
Right.
Versus like, you know, okay, yeah, you have to buy an onion, you have to buy celery, you have to
Sure.
buy bread, you know, for
But
to
the
make
produce is going to be cheaper than like going to get all
well,
that other
chances
stuff.
are like you'd end up with this big thing of stuffing, and like per like unit or whatever be, you know, more cost effective maybe than the box, but maybe you just need the box, so you're just going to do that.
Just make it kind of. It's really simplifying the Thanksgiving meal. It seems like it's not the most elaborate, crazy thing. You're not going to get every
Right.
single thing in these bundles, but it's a really good deal, and I think it's a great place to start. Target's is $20, so you're not going to get everything you need, but you'll get a turkey. And then you'll get, you know, I think there's stuffing in that one and a couple other items. And then hopefully all the stuff that you get around there, you don't have to spend as much on.
Was $20 for a family of 4. A Good and Gather turkey up to 10 pounds, Delmonico cut green beans, Campbell's condensed cream and mushroom soup. Like, that's a Thanksgiving staple no matter what you're putting it on, I feel like.
What?
Ocean Spray jelly cranberry sauce, Heinz homestyle roasted turkey gravy, stovetop stuffing mix for turkey, and then russet potatoes. That's what you get in the Target $20 Thanksgiving meal.
Do you do that green bean casserole thing?
We usually do, one of our friends usually does the green beans like almondine with the almonds, and they're just regular green beans with some sliced almonds in there.
Never even heard of
It's
that.
pretty good.
Interesting.
There's no sauce. They're like healthier version.
That's good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have never eaten any green beans with any sauce on them. into
So that's what you get there. And then I wanted to say Walmart's was $7 per person. This is their holiday meal bundle.
Not too bad. $7 per person is really, it's not bad at all.
So they've got a 4, 8, 16, and 24 people.
Oh, so based
option.
on how many people you're going to have, you can go to Walmart, pick your bundle.
Like, I'm going to have
Get what
8
you need.
people. It says it's about $60. 16 people, it's about $90. And then they're going to give you what they need. They've gave you, here's a whole list of all the things that come in it. Included is a deep dish pie. Deep dish pie crust, pure pumpkin, evaporated milk. So it's like you're making a pumpkin pie there.
Oh, cool. I think this is cool. This would be really cool, I think, for a Friendsgiving. You know, if you have some of that stuff or like to bundle things up all
Yeah.
together. My friends and I do something like that.
So
That'd be awesome.
you get a gravy mix with this one. You get the turkey, you get rolls, corn, cranberry sauce, green beans, that kind of stuff.
Seasoning, potatoes.
Fried onions, the crispy fried onions for like the green bean casserole you're talking about, the mushroom soup, Miss Calendar's Southern pecan pie. So you get one full pie, and then you get stuff to make in a pumpkin pie. You get corn muffin mix,
muffin.
poultry seasoning, broth, potatoes, and sweet
turkey, right?
potatoes, and then celery and onions. So with this one, it looks like you're making your own stuffing.
Yeah, Della says this one's a good one. She likes the Walmart deal.
So like, you know what? That's a pretty good deal, I would say.
Also, Michael said, "G'day, g'day."
Your turkey
Mike."
is 10 to 16 pounds. It comes to 88 cents a pound.
Not too bad.
Have you gotten your turkey yet, though? Like, I feel
Who's
like
getting the turkey in October?
It's a lot of space if you've just got the one little freezer.
Yeah, no. Who's doing all that? I mean, I don't even.
It's a lot of space.
If it was up to me, I'd get the turkey on like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Linda says they buy individual because they're making everything from scratch.
Yeah.
Can we talk about it? I going house to house for Thanksgiving. Don't overspend. I'm going to use Thanksgiving dinner money for Black Friday sales.
Think ahead. Get to Christmas.
Very good.
I support you.
Amanda says, I'm so excited about Halloween this year. All the holidays in my family are important. We all go out turkey, mashed potatoes, or we go out stuffy, pierogi, Polish sausage. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, Amanda's got the full spread.
No kidding.
That sounds good.
Connie says she already made a pie over the weekend. Her husband wanted to eat it all in a day.
What kind of pie?
Sounds about right. Connie
an
says
apple
not
pie
pumpkin.
cookies
God, I
too.
love pumpkin pie. So
Yeah,
good.
it seems like a couple copies are anti-pumpkin pie. Jeff Baker said the same thing.
God, I love it. It's one of my favorites. My mom says she does not have room for big
No
turkey
room for
in the
big
freezer.
turkey. I don't think I love pumpkin pie. I'm a big sweet potato pie first.
Oh, a customer brought Jeff a delicious apple pie yesterday.
That sounds very good.
With I bet some hand-picked apples.
Mm-mm.
So anyways, those are some of the Thanksgiving deals we ran down in the show today. Just wanted to let people know about those as we're all getting ready.
Yeah, people are getting ready. People are going to be traveling maybe to their Thanksgiving destinations. And while you're there, you know, you're lining up, you're getting ready to board the flight, or actually you're going to book the flight. When you're going to pay for the seat, do you even pick? Sometimes I don't pick. Sometimes I just go kind of willy-nilly.
Well, we fly Southwest a lot, so there is
Okay,
no
so then-
picking.
So then you're just doing the waiting
Yeah.
in line thing. But they're getting rid of that.
Yes, but I like
We'll do
haven't
it now.
experienced them getting rid of it yet. You know what I mean?
Same.
So,
Yeah. Last time I flew Southwest, it was still the
yeah.
lineup situation. I have the like guaranteed
Yeah.
A.
Paul likes to sit next to each other. It really doesn't bother me. I usually go for whatever, but he likes to sit next to each other.
So does he do the middle seat then, and you do the window?
Who do you think does the middle seat? That man is built like a truck. He's got like these huge shoulders. Like he'd be the most uncomfortable middle seat person. Not just for me, for the other person too on the other side. So yeah, I'm in the middle. It's great. And it's not like I'm some tiny little person either. So I'm like, thanks a lot, buddy.
The window is great because it's automatic. It's like you can just rest your head on it, right? You're already got your nap location. No one's bothering me. I don't even want the stewardess to talk to me. Like, don't offer me those pretzels or anything. Everyone leave me alone because I'm sleeping the entire flight.
Window only.
Yeah, my sister feels the same.
Runs in the family.
Exactly. We know what we're doing. Now, if we're traveling together, she's much taller than me. She's like 5'10", so she'll probably get preference for.
So as soon as I go into the plane, and my husband hates this because he thinks I'm a nut. This is pre-COVID too. I would just like to preface or just let people know I did this. I wipe everything down. I bring my Clorox wipes. I wipe down all the trays. I wipe down all the seats. I wipe down my seat. I wipe down Paul's seat. I wipe down the window. I wipe down the seat belts. Everything. Because I'm obsessed with not getting sick. I hate being sick.
Yeah.
You know, I was sick this past week. You can hear it in my voice.
I know.
I've been complaining about it nonstop.
I did it a ton, like during COVID. I don't know. I feel like I've been kind of lax now. Like I purposefully go get myself as tired as possible before I get on this plane. So like sometimes before you even take off, I'm like already asleep. Like
that's nice.
They're doing the safety demonstration, doing all this, and I'm like,
yeah, you're that person, huh?
I'm already knocked out. And you can't really do that in the aisle, and everyone's kind of brushing by you and stuff. And then you got to get up for people. I'm not doing any of that.
Jeff says back row has its advantages. You're close to the flight attendants and the cocktails.
That's not bad. I don't mind where I sit in the front or the back of the plane. I don't really want to do the exit row stuff because then I got to make some commitments I'm not sure I'm ready to make. So I'll go like.
I take that very seriously.
I'm not doing it. You're like, and you have to get a verbal yes. I'm like, I don't really know if I want to do that. Obviously.
We have done that before, Paul and I have. Peter is a taller dude, and he says he sat in the middle seat from Vegas to Buffalo. No, thank you. Mark says I got a window seat on my trip to San Diego for the Breeders' Cup.
And Michael says 6'4", 0 sleeping happening on that plane. Aaron Minkowski was saying the same thing, that for taller people, planes are a much different experience. And we were also talking about that earlier, like when the plane lands, do you get straight up? And Aaron was like, I got to get up. I've been sitting on this plane for so long. I've been scrunched up. I need to stand. And I'm like, but.
Lorianne wants to know, how do I have time to wipe down the seats with people coming on behind you? I do it fast. I pop into that aisle or pop into that seat. I do the back of the thing first so then I can sit. Then I do the whole front of myself and my husband, who's like, I can't believe you're doing it. I'm like, I do the whole thing, do the whole window. I do all of it.
Get in there quick.
And then sometimes the person next to me, and if I have time, I'll hit their seat too. And then one time, some guy came in and he goes to grab his Clorox wipes, and I go, "Oh, I
already did it, buddy.
I just did it for you." He's like, "Oh, thank you." I'm like, this is a match
you met
made
your
in
match,
heaven, my
your
friend.
perfect airplane buddy.
It was fantastic.
Jeff Baker said Taylor's head on the other passenger shoulder, like the middle person. That's happened to me before. I've woken up where I like almost like leaned on someone, but I have no shame. I just like to sleep on the plane. You know?
Lori says she loves her window seat. Peter says it only matters if you're making the connection, then you want to be closer to the front.
You want to be ready kind of for anything there. Middle seat is definitely the worst. And the study that we were talking about earlier, their idea of the worst seat on the plane is next to a person that listens to music.
So that was the funnier part of this. They were talking about, when we talk about a bad seat on a plane, we always think about where we're sitting.
Right.
This one says it doesn't matter where you sit, that the worst seat, no matter what, is next to somebody who's not wearing headphones.
Do people do that?
That would be so annoying.
I've never experienced someone so egregiously breaking airport and airplane etiquette than to not bring headphones. It happens, maybe they break, you lose some, or you forget them at home. In that case, you just got to sit there, buddy. You just got to sit there and handle it and, just listen to the sounds and sights of the plane, that kind of deal. You cannot play something out loud. No.
Yeah. Now, I remember Ed saying a long time ago that he went to a restaurant and there were kids with like iPads playing them at the table.
Get that kid some headphones.
That's another thing. Like, you got to bring those headphones with you, or you can't use the iPads at the restaurant. Like, come on. And it was like not
like an Applebee's.
Not like a super kids friendly restaurant, he was saying.
No.
So if you're going to do the headphone watching something, like, think about it. When you go to watch the TV on the plane, you have no choice but to plug in.
Have to. You can't just play that.
You can't just turn the volume up, or we'd all have all these TVs going.
No.
Yeah, that would really I would hate that.
Would you say something?
I don't know. Would you say something?
It's really tough.
So I sit next to Taylor. Taylor's watching her phone, and the volume is just blaring.
I'm playing Netflix and just doing my Love Is Blind, and I'm like, oh my
would
gosh.
you say something?
Here's my thing. I am not a confrontational person. So the last thing
I
I'm
don't
ever
think I
gonna
am
do,
either unless I really have to be. And like that's a scenario where I'm like, do I really have to be? Like,
I'll tell you what, I could sleep through anything. I sleep through the landing, all that,
Uh-huh.
even the turbulence, I sleep through most of it. So I'll probably be okay if they're playing it at a reasonable volume. If it gets to the point where you're hitting between me and my plane sleep, excuse
could
me,
you turn that down a little?
turn that down, please.
Okay.
Thank you. But it would have to get to the point where it was like genuinely bothering me. And I'm hopefully someone else is more bothered than me. Maybe the aisle person is a little perturbed and they would say something first, but I would wait a little bit.
Okay, Lori says she would say something. Mark says yes, he would say something too.
Who is doing that though?
I like to say again, like I'm not a confrontational person, only when I truthfully have to be. And so in this scenario, I'm like, is it worth it? Is it worth it?
How long is the flight? That doesn't matter. If it's like 2 hours or something super quick, I don't care. I can manage it. I'll figure it out, read my book, do something.
Mhm.
But if we're gonna be, I mean, if we're doing like 4 or 5 hours, something long, or overseas or something,
Right.
we're gonna have to figure something out, buddy.
Um,
Or you could tell the flight attendant.
now,
You could just snitch.
my significant other will sometimes be like watching his phone at a very loud volume. Do you ever have that? Like, or a friend or something like that. And sometimes I'm just like, are you sure you can hear that?
I'm that person though. I literally, someone's been like, I don't share the volume well, like whatever. So like I'm listening to my TikToks like super loud, and like someone else will be listening to their TikToks and they're like, hello, like I can't hear mine over yours. So I've been that person before.
Amanda says she would not say anything. Julie says just ask him to turn it down, let everybody, or turn it up and let everybody else holler at
That's
them.
what I'm saying. I'm gonna tell the flight attendant and be like, hey, there's a guy next to me who's got, not using headphones.
Sarah says she tries to be understanding because she's that guy traveling with toddlers. You know what the traveling with toddlers does about
no, I mean, if
kids
there's
gotta go
on the
places.
kids gotta go places. They gotta figure their stuff out. You gotta find ways to distract them. I'm not mad at kids, but if you're a grown adult out here messing up my flight time,
I always feel for the parents too, because like if I'm sitting next to you, like I get it. You've got your kids, they've got to go places. It's not that big of a deal. Like, but I feel like the parents sometimes are more worried. They're like so nervous.
It's like,
and I want them to like calm down a little bit because I'm like,
it's okay. I mean, like the baby's gonna cry. What are you gonna do? We'll be okay. I will sleep.
I had a little kid one time who was like, reaching in the back and like going like this to like my like pant leg, and I'm just like,
it's so sweet.
Like I'm sure they'd get yelled at if their parents like noticed that, but they were just like.
The one thing I can't do is the kicking. You're not gonna be kicking my seat, Jimmy. We're gonna have to figure that out.
I would say 90% of the time the parents do, if they catch that, you hear them be like, stop.
Yeah. Well, we need to be watching out for those legs. Jeff Baker says the same thing. Kicking my seat is awesome. Now, Jeanette on the music thing has an interesting take here. Everyone has portable speakers, loud devices, music courtesy at hotel pools, beaches, anywhere in public's going downhill.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of a bigger thing. Like most people are playing stuff out loud.
Yeah.
For the most part, I try to keep, if I'm on the phone or if I'm listening to music or TikToks or Instagram, I kind of put headphones in. If I'm like out and about, I'll just like keep an AirPod in. But I have noticed that like lately you're out and about and people are just like, on like public transit or something, just playing stuff out loud.
Yeah.
Or like playing, on the beach or somewhere, by the pool, you're just playing music.
Yeah.
And just doing it out and about is not a concern.
Let's talk really quick because I just want to hit this one last thing about Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars. Is anyone watching Dancing with the Stars? If so, we have to have a separate conversation about it because I'm obsessed with this season. Don't normally watch, but I'm really into it. Really in tune this season. Tonight is Halloween night, so it's going to be like some spooky dances.
Taylor's reading over scripts this morning, and in the one script that I wrote yesterday, because I knew it was going to air today, I wrote, I caught up with Derek Huff from Dancing with the Stars. And she just goes, I caught up with? Did you talk to Derek Huff?
And I said, did you talk to Derek? And she talked to Derek Hyde.
I thought you meant the Derek you work with. I'm like, Derek? Like what?
No.
When I see him, I talk to him.
The Derek Huff.
And I said, yeah, we did. So I caught up with him the other day. He was offering interviews because he has a holiday dance show coming to Shays this weekend.
So cool.
Super nice guy. Like really just very easy to talk to.
No idea how he's able to do both because I mean, I've watched some of the behind the scenes stuff that they post about Dancing with the Stars. They have to get up at like 6 a.m. to do some of their calls and do their makeup and hair and get ready and all this stuff. So he's doing that, I think Monday, Tuesday.
Well, so when
and
he
then going out.
Connected with me, it was like 11 o'clock here, which means it was, I think, 8 o'clock where he is. So he was up and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, not like 8 o'clock is super duper early, but they've got long nights because Tuesday night is Dancing with the Stars. Yeah. And so then this weekend he'll be in Buffalo. I thought this was super cute. He said they've got kids from, I ended up finding out it's Future Dance Studio who are going to be dancing.
Hamburg, which is so cool. I mean, what a great opportunity for the kids to get to, share the stage with someone like Derek Huff, and then they can always tell that story and great
Don't you think that if you're a kid and you're in dancing and like you get to be on stage with somebody like that, that's like you're
Oh, yeah.
never gonna
Core
forget it.
memory. That
Yeah.
one's like going down in the
Yeah.
record books for sure.
So there's still tickets available for that holiday show if you want to see it. He's like, listen, it's for all ages. He's like, sometimes we get kids up there, sometimes we get 90-year-olds up there. He's like, it's for
Sounds fun.
everybody, and everybody has a great time.
Yeah, and it's like $65. So
Yeah,
nothing too
'cause
bad.
at Shays this weekend on Saturday night. I'm gonna put up a little Instagram story of our little chit chat together
Fun.
too.
Marguerite says she loves Dancing with the Stars. Popularity contest, though, seems better this year. Love seeing Derek Huff dance with his wife, which is what we were just seeing. And let me tell you, Marguerite, I was bawling. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So emotional, so good. There's just a lot of personalities this season. But
Yeah.
I think because so many people are so popular, I don't know who's going to win the popularity contest. So
Taylor's super
we'll have
into
to
it.
see.
One thing I will say was super cute while we were talking, his cat jumped on the like shelf behind him and he's like, oh, there's my cat.
It's
And I'm
National
like,
Cat Day, too. Shout out to the
everybody
cat people.
just has these issues with pets when we work at home. So funny.
Peter says, get the show on the road. We
All
got to
right,
go.
guys, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, guys.